French trimming a rack of lamb or any ribbed bone. Now, if you chop that, apparently, what happens when you roast it, the skin will shrink up. So you've got an extra joint there, so one joint in, using the back of a heavy blade, break the leg. And, much to my surprise, there you have the thigh bone and the drumstick bone. And there you have a deboned, this bit will get trimmed as and when you serve, but that's the thigh, no, that's the drumstick with the meat is still inside, and that's the thigh with the meat. And so, to the next one. Just cut around slightly, around the head of the bone so you can actually grip hold of it. And run the knife down, scraping. I have no idea if any of this is visible on the video, which was a bit embarrassing because I have laid at some point in my life claim to knowing how to make films. So, thigh bone stripped, cutting around onto the top of the head of the drumstick. This is quite funny because this is looking more and more like a car crash the more I do. So, head of the drumstick. Baby. If you're not a big fan of sharp knives, might I suggest you steer clear of doing this recipe or this technique. Well, given the relative dog's dinner I'm making of this, I would imagine, and we will link to the inimitable Mr. Pepin, but there we go. So, scrape down the thigh bone, scrape down the drumstick, and then just past that, and there we have it again. And, okay, let's try and make some sense of this. It is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, but there we have two thighs, two drums, we have the breast, and see a slight issue coming along there, which is that the skin has torn on the breast, I imagine due to my wrestling and manhandling of it. Now I'm just going to run the knife around and free up the head of the wing, so again we can just with this, the knack is just to push down the bone, grip hard and pull it out, and there you go. It's left a little bit of the gristle there, so I'm just going to trim that out. But there you go, pop it back. Not that that's revolting at all, but another deboned part of the chicken. So there is the head. Hold it by the head, just cut around the meat. Right, well, where I keep putting my elbow, right where the camera is. You may have noticed a couple little flecks of blood. On the back of my fingers there, I can happily report that that is the blood of the chicken, and not the blood of the chef. Well, I say chef loosely, I mean the serial killer who is currently. So, push down, pull off, nick out the little cartilage, tuck back. So there we have it. Now that is a little bit of breast meat with the sinew in, so just pinning down the sinew. Because any little bits and scrags of meat that are left lying around will go to pad out the interior, as we will do with these two fillets. So that fillet can go there. Now again, you can see that sinew there, which is that bit, which, to be perfectly honest, I never knew about until I saw this technique. Well, I mean, I knew about it, I'd seen it, I'm not blind, but you just thought, well, it's just something that runs through the meat. But all you have to do, pin it down with your finger, skim the knife along it, 2 seconds later, out it comes. Don't get a chewy piece of meat. Stick that in. Now, what we will be doing with this is making a stuffing, and when we stuff it, you'll be able to stuff right down into the thighs and the drumstick. Again over here, you see right down into the meat. Roll that over, bit of stuffing into where the wing cavity was, the bone cavity. Roll it up, and the exciting part for you, ladies and gentlemen, is that we will be attempting a running half hitch tying method that I will be absolutely rubbish at, but essentially just to tie up the bird and roast. So thank you very much, and I will be back shortly. The sound you can hear now is obviously me washing my hands thoroughly, as I've been prepping raw meat, and I really don't think I should be touching the camera covered in gore and guts and... oh yeah, no, that's good. It definitely was all not my blood. So, thank you very much for watching Car Crash TV, and as I say, later on we will be running over this with a lawnmower.